AI can generate music instantly, but can you actually use that music in a real production workflow? This isn't just a one-click demo, this is a real creator test to see whether AI-generated music actually holds up once the hype wears off. Let's dive into this. So today, I'm testing MusicCreator.ai, but not in the usual way. The goal here isn't to see how fast it can spit out a track. The real question is whether the music generates usable, editable, and creatively flexible content. Because speed alone doesn't matter if the output can't fit into a real workflow. So here we can see we have our prompts. What we can do here is select the genre and mood here if we want, ambience, and of course the vocal gender too. We can press get inspired or hit add audio as well if we want to give it some hints for our vision here. We can also see need ideas section, in which it's basically just going to give us prompts that we can use to generate music. Let's press get inspired here. It says write a cinematic piece that could be used in a film or dramatic scene. We can select the vocal gender here as male. We can select the genre here as classical, and we can also select instrument only if we want to. Once we're happy, we simply press generate music and let it start working away. So here we can see it's generated that track for us and it's playing in the background. AI shouldn't replace creativity. At best, it should act like a creative assistant, something that helps you move faster without boxing you in. Pretty incredible how real that sounds vocally and instrumentally on the piano side. And as we've seen here already, there's no complex setup. Just describe what you're going for and generate it. Once the track's ready, you can play it back like I've done here. The first thing I'm listening for is whether this sounds like a usable starting point or just a generic loop with no personality. Does it feel musical? Does it have structure? And most importantly, does it spark ideas or does it feel finished in a way that limits creativity? First impressions do matter here because this is where most AI music tools either surprise you or completely lose you. Now, as of right now, I am incredibly happy with the results. Now, what we can do from this point is to actually go instrumental only, use that same prompt, and then hit generate, and then we're going to get an instrumental version of our prompt. Now, another cool feature here is the fact that you can actually turn a photo into music. So here we can upload our image here. So we can see it's more of a love image. We can select the language. So there's many to choose from here. Let's go with English. And then we simply press generate music and it's going to build a track around that image. So we can hit the title here. So it's generating the title, the lyrics, and the styles. And then we just hit generate and we can see
soft golden light, the night ignites, shadows dancing close by your side, only you and I, the world fades away, heartbeat rhythm lighting our way.
So you can see here, just from an image, it's generated an entire song and it sounds incredible just at a base level. Now, can we adjust the structure and flow? Can I tweak tempo or musical direction? And does the track feel flexible or locked in place? Well, basically with MusicCreator.ai, I basically have access to everything here. We could change the lyrics here and it's going to sing them differently. We could change the title, we can change the image, we can change the prompt or style of this music at any point that we want. And I want to treat this like a sketch, something that I can reshape and something that needs to be possible for my vision. This is the difference between an AI toy and a tool that creators can actually build with. Now we also have the AI lyrics generator here, in which we can select all of the different styles and structure here that we basically did with the last one. So let's go with folk, happy, verse, chorus, and language we will leave as English. And then we can press get inspired. It's going to basically give us a prompt here, which is fantastic. And then we hit generate. And here we can see we have all of the lyrics in here, which is fantastic. And yeah, I do think these lyrics are pretty good just on a bass line. Now, as we can see here, as a musician or creator, the bigger question is workflow. Where does Music Creator AI genuinely save time? Where does human creativity still clearly matter? Well, for things like content, background music, early composition ideas, and mood setting tracks, like this one, this kind of tool can remove friction and help you get started faster. But it's not about replacing musicians or producers, it's about speeding up the boring parts so you can spend more time refining what actually matters. The key decision is whether this fits naturally into how you already create without forcing you to change everything from the ground up. Now, another really cool feature here, guys, is we can actually go ahead and select the mode in which we want to proceed with. So we have a file here. We can actually remove the vocals or separate the stem files. If you don't know what a stem file is, it's basically just a file with all of the different music instruments on different tracks. So you can go ahead and change different things about the track. So here we can see we've got stem separation and we have the vocal and the instrumental at separate tracks. So this is going to be great for people like producers who want backing tracks or want to create remixes. Everything is really available on this Music Creator AI platform for musicians. Now here we have the AI singing voice generator. So this is where it gets pretty cool. We can add an image if we want. We can drag and drop our audio files, and we can even adjust the time in which we want this.
I'm Billie Eilish. People are always trying to define me, but the only thing that defines me is...
We can also change the gender or even make it public or private once we're done with it. But here are some of the cool voices these guys have cloned or used here to create new tracks.
I'm Billie Eilish. People are always trying to define me, but the only...
Really cool. So basically they took a Michael Jackson track and then added Billie Eilish's voice to it, and it sounds pretty convincing. They even have a MIDI editor section as well here, which, yes, we could plug in our keyboard and type in any melody we want and build a song around it directly on the platform. We can also change the instrument here. We have percussion, organ, guitar here, and bass, everything we need to create a full-on music track. So let's select organ and we can simply just start placing in different notes for our track, which I think is really, really cool to have this capability on a platform. So here, of course, this isn't a great track or anything, but if we do go here or press space, what we can do is play what we've just made. Obviously not a chart-topping song, but just for examples, you really do have that creativity in this platform. They also have the tool to find the BPM of any song in seconds. So you simply just upload the song. It's going to scan the song and use AI to find different things about the song out. So you got the BPM here, the energy, danceability, and happiness of the song, and of course the key of the song as well. Another really cool feature is their AI music video features. So just like when we were creating a track, what we can do here is actually select the style of the video we want. We can upload different images. We can select the song we want the video to go with. So let's select this one. Let's go to style again here, and we can select a desaturated indie film. Select the resolution, change the display mode to multiple images or single image, depending on how you want it. Can add captions as well if we want, and they're pretty decent captions as well, straight off the bat. And we can also align those captions to the bottom, middle, or top. Let's press generate and see what it comes back with.
He stands at the border of yesterday, dust of old battles on his hands, maps in his pocket all torn at the edges. He breathes in the weight of the land. She watches the harbor from crumbling stone, salt on her lips as the ship's glides on a
Bro's just gonna play the whole thing.
between lies.
So as we can see here, we do have still images in the background, but we have this nice waveform basically playing throughout the track, as well as some really cool subtitles that do complement the visual aspect of this as well. So that is something that's fantastic, particularly if you're looking to just upload your videos to YouTube or something like SoundCloud that does require an image. So overall, great stuff across the board. Now for pricing here, super cheap when you compare this to hiring vocalists, producers, editors, and everything you would need to create a successful music track. You can basically get it done very easily. First of all, for free with 2 songs per month here that they give you. And of course, there are different scaling packages that will give you more. But even for the $10 one, we can see 200 songs per month is pretty incredible. And depending on the size of your operation here, you might want to go up to the higher ones. But overall, incredibly cheap compared to other platforms. And of course, if you were doing this manually without AI. And as we've seen here today, the results are absolutely incredible and very, very believable. So good stuff there from MusicCreator.ai. Now, my honest takeaway here is, well, what worked well here is the fast idea generation, clear creative direction, and a solid starting point inside a blank canvas. What felt limiting to me is certain creative decisions still need that little bit of human touch, and the final polish and emotional nuance aren't fully automated across the board. But overall, in terms of looking at AI, in terms of looking just as this as a platform for creators, for musicians, for anyone that's looking for background music, or even to create your own AI music artist, this is perfect for that. You've got voices, you've got prompts, you've got imagery, and this is great for people like content creators, video editors, or producers looking for inspiration. Anyone who wants to move faster, basically, without sacrificing control. Would I use it again? Absolutely. I have a subscription. I'm definitely going to be using this basically every day here for my B-roll on all of my channels. So good stuff there. Now, if you're curious whether AI generated music can actually fit into your workflow, check out MusicCreator.ai using the link in the description. They do offer that free trial so you can test it out yourself and see where AI helps and where you can still take control. And I love that flexibility that this platform offers. But that's going to be it from me. Have a fantastic day. I will see you in the next one.